Hey everybody, welcome to Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. It is Tantalize Me Tuesday, and we're going to have some fun tonight, you guys. I have a fantastic guest, comedian and actor Rod Mingers in the building tonight, you guys, and he got them titties popping, ladies, little tight gray shirt on for the ladies. Come on in here, Rod.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, you roasted me on the way in. That's how we do it.
Yes, yes. You come into the mess. You come
I like
into
it. I
the
like
mess.
it.
See,
I
some
can
people
handle
you
it.
gotta baby step them. Some people you gotta be real nice, talk real smooth. Some comedians you gotta massage
Oh,
your ego before they get in here. Not you, bruh. Not you. Go
now,
on flex for the ladies one time. Go ahead. We got our dollars.
I do a little something for I ain't gonna do nothing much, I do a little something.
That's how you get all them acting gigs. You be flexing your muscles,
No,
flashing that smile.
nothing like that. I got a couple little skills that God gave me. I'm gonna give it to Him first before we start talking reckless.
Yes. First, giving honor to God, my Lord and Savior.
Great gifts. I've been funny my entire life. I have a theater background. I've emceed everything you can MC. I've emceed comedy shows, fashion shows. I've emceed on a cruise line. I've emceed for a football network television show. So God put some great stuff in my way, and I run with it.
Well, amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Yes, can't have the sex talk without our Lord and Savior. Okay, got to put him first.
Let's be real. Hey.
Yes, he did. He made it for all of us to enjoy. He knew that wet weather was coming. He did.
And he made me great at it.
Amen. 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 So this is not the traditional welcome, but welcome to Sex Talk with T.Graye. I'm very, very excited to have you on for Tantalize Me Tuesday. Mr. Who Gon' Stop Me? I think that is such a fantastic tagline. How did you come up with that?
It was like I'm really grounded, like keeping your faith even when stuff don't look well or whatever. And then I just realized, man, I was working on the cruise ship, and I was like, man, when I go home, a lot of comedians have T-shirt lines and things they put on shirts, but it's usually based around their joke, and they don't really have anything meaningful behind the shirt. I said, I want something that's meaningful, and I can make a joke about it. And I was like, you gotta have something to do with faith, but also with one of my jokes. So I got this joke about how when Black people get mad, they always talk about who, you know what I mean? So I was like, what can I add to that to make it where it's across the board for everybody? I was like, okay, faith-based, a who joke. I said, when you're going for your dreams, most time the battle that you're having is in your mind. So sometimes you have to look in the mirror and tell yourself, who gonna stop me? Nobody's stopping you from going out here and chasing your dreams but you. And then that's how it started. I got off the ship. I started a T-shirt line. I sold a whole lot of them in the summertime, and I just kept it going. I just started making it my tagline. Who gonna stop me? Hilarious.
That's pretty good. So have you ever had an experience in the bedroom where you had to pull that line out? You ever done something to a girl, she be like, oh, no, don't do that. You be like, who gonna stop me? You ever had to make it sexy?
First thing, that's not sexy at all. That sounds aggressive. That sounds way too left field. And no, I haven't had to say that in the bedroom at all, ever. So no. Listen, if she telling me no, I'm out. That's it.
That was a playful no. That was some women, we want the envelope to be pushed. We don't be like, no, stop. We be like, no, go ahead, stop.
Right there. Yeah.
Hey, JJ Wilson checking in. Hey, JJ. I love me some JJ Wilson, you guys. If you all haven't seen him, you guys better get with it. He's just doing a nephew Tommy experience. I know everybody's enjoying that. So.
Oh yeah, man. JJ is one of the funniest dudes in the country, man.
Yes. Amen to that. I saw him live for the first time like a few weeks ago. And so he had been on my show a couple of times and I had never seen him. So the stand-up, y'all, killed it. He killed it. He has this one joke, you guys, where he imitates his penis. It is the funniest shit. Oh my God, it's so funny to me. But
you're kind of a freak, aren't you?
You're on a show about sex.
So okay. I just realized everything you talk about reverts back to the sexual topic. You can't even get off of it. Okay, literally. Okay, go ahead.
So I can get off because I had to sit down and do this show with you.
Oh,
But
excuse me. Your dude in the background like, yes, you tell him that, damn it.
this is what we gonna do today. This is what we gonna do today. Because I said you had your titties popping. It's okay. Go
Oh man,
ahead with your titties popping again.
watch out. Hey man, listen. Relax.
So
Okay.
while we're on it, ass or titties. What's your fave?
What?
I said ass or titties. What is your favorite, sir?
Oh man, it's huge. So this is the weird. Okay, so to see physically, if I'm just looking from a distance, it's probably gonna be the titties. But to have, it's gonna be ass, which is weird.
Okay.
It's really weird. I don't have to have huge titties because most times they're just in the way. When they're just too humongous, there's some stores where they're just, you know what I mean? So they realize they're overrated, but they're great to see in bathing suits or, girls had a cleavage showing at the party or in the mall. You go, okay, I see it. But at home, as long as you got some shape, you shapely, got some booty, I'm with that.
Okay. So is it ever a letdown then when you meet a woman and if you're only going for the physical and the titties get you, is it a letdown if she don't have no ass?
A little bit actually.
Okay.
Just a little bit, because what it does, I'm from the country. I'm from Alabama, and which is funny because the girl, my girl is slim thick, but even with that, I'm from the country, so most of the girls I dated growing up were really full package, top and bottom, whatever. But I dated one girl who had a heavy top and flat bottom, and I learned from that one girl that it made me lust over girls that had a big bottom. You know what I mean? So I started lusting. Damn, that's got big old ass. Ooh, she thick. And I had never been like that because I'm not the thirsty dude. I'm always chill and charming. But when I was dating a girl with no booty, like all the booties mattered all of a sudden. I started looking at them all, like, oh, look at that one, look at that one. Ooh, that one. So I told myself from there I couldn't date another girl with no booty because it triggers me like that. So yeah, it is kind of a letdown. Now, women that don't have booties, they're beautiful. I don't want them attacking me. They are beautiful. They're still fine. It's just not my preference.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. We all have a preference. You know what I mean? Women too. There are a lot of women who do prefer a man who has a little cushion back there. We all don't like, you know what I mean, a flat butt on a guy. Now, I know some guys may think it doesn't matter, especially the guys who are into exercise, who are into working out. Like you guys are pushing on arm day, y'all pushing on leg day. Bruh, we need them glutes right too. When we're in the bed, we want to have something to squeeze, something to hold on to. Fuck my T.Graye like to run my fingers down the back and have a nice cushion back there. Oh yeah, most definitely. We don't want no little saggy, sorry ass.
Damn, is that a conversation y'all have? Is that how y'all talk behind our backs? Like,
yes.
What about when you're in the mall and you see a dude with some tight pants on? You're like, look at this old flat ass. Like, is that how y'all be?
Yes.
Wow. I don't think I have. I don't know what my ass looks like. I don't look at it like that. But damn, I'm
so here's the thing. It's a lot of conversation that happens in the background that I think men have the perception that women are dainty at all times. We're super feminine at all times, and that we're not animalistic. We're not gutter. We're not, you know what I mean? Overtly, we're not perverts. We are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean,
y'all must need a 12-step program.
Most of y'all, yes. Every dude knows that. I mean, because y'all get the party started, because y'all are the key. At the end of the day, no matter how much we hunt, it's up to y'all to be like, yeah, let's make this happen. And if y'all didn't, it wouldn't be so many babies out here. So,
very true.
Two-way street.
Very true. Very true. So, you guys, it is Tantalize Me Tuesday. And so, in the process of being able to tantalize a person, you guys understand that word does mean to tease. Have you ever been in a situation, Rod, where you had to tease or were teased and maybe it went a little too far? Yes.
I just told this story 2 days ago. So,
tell it again, make it funny.
All right, so I kicked it with this girl. I had just went through a terrible divorce, and I kicked it with this girl who was actually a 30-year-old virgin. But this 30-year-old virgin was probably to this day, probably one of the freakiest girls I had ever been around. She wanted to do anything that's in your brain that you can think of, she wanted to do except for the actual act of sex. I mean,
did that include fellatio?
Yeah.
So just no penetration.
She didn't want any penetration. But this girl would send me videos playing full spread eagle. This girl would. I came to her house one time thinking we was finna go to Dave and Buster's, and she was drenched in honey, and said we wouldn't leave until that honey got licked up. And I don't even like honey, but I liked it that day. She wanted to take showers. She wanted to roll around. She wanted to hunch like we was in junior high school, but she did not want any penetration. So one particular day, she was like, yo, man, like, you got a condom? I'm like, oh, she growing up. She want to, okay. I get the condom, I rip it open and roll it down. You know what I'm saying? And then I got there and she was rubbing it herself on the spot. And then just a little bit, just like the tip, just kind of, poke. And she's like, oh my God, what you doing?
She just made me mad.
I got up. I had not seen her since. I was furious. Because she did me like that for at least a month and a half.
Oh, wow. So first off, kudos to you.
I mean, I had other stuff going on. Mind you, I was a bachelor, so I had other stuff to keep me fulfilled.
But you know what, though? I think that, and for all you virgins who might be watching, so sorry.
A little bit much.
But I think that if you're not really ready to go full circle, that you shouldn't play those kind of toe-to line games. And don't get me wrong, it's not to say that because you're a virgin, you don't deserve to have pleasure or you don't deserve to have that level of intimacy with your partner where you can kind of, I'm not saying that, but I feel like there's such a thin line between teasing and being an ass.
And playing too damn much.
Yeah, that to me is over the top. Don't have a man go and put a whole condom on and have the head, like, you can't put the head at the entrance and then be like, oh my God, no.
Everybody know, let me put the head in, it's cold.
You've done too much. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that is the worst tease story.
And I know that when it comes to virginity, it is supposed to be so sacred. And I understand, ladies and fellas who are waiting. I get it. But then what I've also found out recently is that a lot of women who say that they're waiting, they'll do anal because they feel like there's a difference between anal penetration and vaginal penetration.
Correct.
I'm like,
girl, get that vagina up. Stop playing.
I can't wrap my mind around it, Rod. I really can't.
No, I've seen some girls they wait and they use dildos and wait. It's like they're still waiting. I've heard girls say they've broken the whole situation open and even had the blood show from
because
dildos.
They ain't virgins no more. It just so happened they lost their virginity to whatever made in China manufacturer it was. That's it.
A purple dinosaur.
You just happened to lose your virginity to whoever manufactured your dildo. Okay. Fact. How many dildo companies have taken virginity, you guys?
Oh, you already several. $1 million industry.
So on the reverse, have you ever teased a woman and never come full circle, never gave her what she expected? Or what do you think? Probably
not sexually, but maybe relationship wise. I don't like to start the fire unless I get to put it out. I ain't really got time for that. So if I get the engine running, I'm gonna go up in there and see what's going on. I ain't got time to be like, yeah, I'm just playing and teasing and all that.
Right.
Now I've played with some toys with some women. I'm into like role play and and if she has a fetish that she wants to kind of partake with, I'm cool with that. I dated a girl that liked to be handcuffed and all that stuff like that, and then like with a little feather. So that was a tease, but it wasn't my favorite thing because I don't want that in reverse. I don't need to be hit it with a feather. That's not my thing. But that's what she liked. But so I'm into that. So if that's what she wants, I'll do that. But I'm not gonna get a girl warmed up and then drive off. Now I've dozed off before, but listen, I'm grown. I'm almost 40. This foreplay can't be going till all in the wee hours. Cause listen, If I'm not
You
on
will
stage,
fall
I'm performing,
asleep.
I'm filming, I will be asleep by 10. I'm barely
So
making it.
I have done that though, you guys, and I was not in my 40s or in my 30s when it happened, but I did fall asleep.
During or before I got started.
Nah, I've fallen asleep during. So I've fallen asleep with the dude on top, and I mean good sleep, snoring, good sleep. And I fell asleep giving head one time. I was I was so tired.
I'm gonna need some detailed description of how that happened. I need to hear that story right
It's
now.
still funny to me.
I need to understand how.
It's still funny to me.
Please explain so the people can know. The people want to know right now. The people need to know.
So I was tired, you guys. I was exhausted, and I've always been the type of female where I aim to please. So even if babe wants it, and I'm tired, and I really don't feel like it, I'm still gonna put my best foot forward so you can get that nut.
Okay.
So it was one of those days. I don't remember what surrounded it. I just remember me being really, really tired. And babe was just like, I just really want some head. And I'm like, all right, I got you. I got you. In my mind, I was like, I don't have the energy to do this.
Right,
But,
right.
I'm such a soldier and I'm a ride or die. Like, let me go ahead, let me smash him off, make this a quick jump so I can go to
Uh-oh.
sleep.
The finisher moves. Go ahead.
And I remember starting. And all I remember next thing is somebody doing me like this. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? I fell asleep. Mid suck. Fell asleep.
You need to put that on your Facebook post tomorrow. Ladies,
Because here's the
have
thing.
you ever
Because
fallen asleep while rocking the mic? I need you to post it on Facebook tomorrow and tag me in it, please. I want to see what they say.
So I was going slow, you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm like, I'm trying to make this sensual. It's gonna be a sensual joint.
Right.
And so I wasn't like speedballing, and maybe I should have been speedballing because I would have got the job done faster. It probably would have kept me up. But I'm just trying to make love to the dick. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, give him a good experience. That shit put everybody to sleep. Me, I was gone. And he was tapping me. I'm like, babe, I'm sorry. All I could do was apologize. You know, what else can you say? I'm sorry. You know, I'll make it up to you tomorrow. But it's like, I'm tired. I can't even.
That's the funny thing with women, though. Y'all can handle if y'all do that to us. But if he had did that to you, you would have been furious for a week.
You know what? So maybe I'm different, but I don't think I would have been, especially if I knew he was tired like that.
Right.
First off, I'm not gonna try to get none about you if I don't feel like I'm gonna get A game. That's just me and my level of selfishness. If I'm not gonna get A game, I don't want it. Don't give me no B minus, no C plus dick. Nah, keep that. I'd rather you refresh, recoup, and hit me with A plus game tomorrow. Catch me in the morning. Get some rest.
Let me get you one of these right here. Okay.
I don't want no sleepy tired dick. I don't.
I just had this conversation with my old lady the other day. I was like, look, don't think you just gonna wake me up and I'm gonna wake up and jump in the game and drop 40. You might wake me up, I might put up 15 and get some rebounds and play defense, but I'm not gonna wake up. I'm not gonna wake up on my LeBron all the time. I might have my day where I can, but I might have my day where I can't, especially when I'm exhausted. So if you feel like you think you're gonna wake me up and I'm gonna drop 40, let me stay asleep. And then when I get up, then I give you 40. But if I'm exhausted, you wake me up, you got to do all the scoring. You need to drop 40. I feel like it's fair. So to the ladies listen to this show, whoever wakes the other person up, male or female, whoever wakes the person up that sleep, that person got to put up 40. Period.
Yes, that's who's on top.
That's who's on top. That's who's licking and stroking and massaging and all. Don't wake nobody up and think they finna rub your back and rub your feet and go down south. Nah. Ain't nobody putting up 40 right now. Nah. So it's a 10 to 15 point game.
We out here playing horse.
Right. That's it.
Out here playing horse.
Real. Like, come on now. Real. That's funny. But I'm glad to hear somebody say that. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna wake up and drop 40 all the time. I might have my day.
I think that a lot of women probably have that perspective.
They do.
But maybe it's not always shared or conveyed in the proper way.
Correct.
Sometimes I feel like our communication is a little bit off when you know, we kind of all have the same notion, but how it comes across sometimes might be a little bit of the selfish
You know
manner.
what?
I know us women can be very selfish when it comes to us getting some, and when we want it right now. So yes, I get
It
it.
boils down to communication, man. I think a lot of people, especially in our Black community, I think we're scared to have a lot of those tough conversations because we're always scared of offending somebody. But I tell people, man, listen, I'd rather be offended today than offended next week for something I could have handled in the moment. So when a moment like that presents itself, because she's not the first guy I've seen that done that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it with previous partners or whatever. Not that I've had a lot. But I have had other experiences where the woman woke me up out of my sleep after maybe a late night show, or back when I was corporate America, or maybe I had been traveling and I came in and passed out, and then they woke me up and then thought I was gonna just like wake up in gear. I like, listen, just because you can get me erect don't mean I'll still might not drop 40. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
blood flow is easy. It's the work that goes with the blood flow that becomes complex, especially when you're waking up, when you in your second tier of sleep, like you're on that third dream. And it's
Right.
about
Right.
and like, yeah, do this and do that. Like, I was already asleep. Like, we could do this.
So that's very true. So if you guys watch continuously, and you should be every week right here, last week I had the actor Clifton Powell on, and so he spoke a lot about relationships with entertainers, and then kind of speaking to the women more so about how to navigate um, your level of security, what have you, when you are dating an entertainer. So to add to that, you guys, if you are someone who is dating somebody in entertainment, specifically comedy,
Right.
these guys, these women, what have you, they do 2 and 3 shows back to back. The exhaustion is real. And I think sometimes when you're with these people, you don't consider the fact that doing 2 and 3 shows Friday, 2 and 3 shows Saturday, got another 2 shows Sunday. You don't think that that person is done. 9 times out of 10, after them 3 shows, they want to be in the bed. And
Listen,
that's if they ate. I want to eat too, and I want to be in the bed. You know
listen.
what I mean? It's really, really hard work. So you really have to consider and have a little level of understanding that, yo, your equivalent to my 40 hours that I just did this week is the same thing that they do in a weekend, with just the amount of exertion that you have to put out to be on that stage. And then you got to get up and do it again. Then you got to get up and do it again. And you got to have that same energy, and you want to get them same laughs. You can't be tired. You can't show that you're tired on stage. So there definitely has to be a different level of understanding when it
Man,
comes to the sex life on those weekends. Now, Monday through Thursday, Monday through
Monday through
Wednesday.
Thursday, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. But like, yeah, those weekend runs, like it's gonna be your partner's responsibility to put up 40. Y'all just need to chill. And I tell people, man, when you get close to 40, like you need some cute ass date nights sometimes too, especially if you have enough energy after those shows or after being on set all day to catch a movie or catch a TV show that y'all like, catch that. Let that be that type of bond time. And then when it's a fresh day, like maybe a Sunday afternoon or Monday morning or Monday afternoon, whatever. Because I mean, most comedians aren't corporate. They got all day to do whatever while they fully alert, fully wired, fully rested. But yeah, you're right, because they don't think about what goes into a weekend show. First thing, they don't know you did the radio run that morning on a Friday. Let me just break these hours down.
Yes.
All right. You're up at 6, especially if you're out of town. You don't know where you at. So you gotta go do radio press. So you gotta get to the radio by 7. And then you're probably gonna go to 3 or 4 radio stations. So you're doing that to at least 10, 11 o'clock, right? Then you're gonna go get some lunch. Then you're gonna attempt to go take a nap in your hotel room, but you're not. You know why? Because you got anxiety about the show. So you can't even sleep. Thinking about your jokes, thinking about your routine, thinking about the new stuff you want to try, thinking about your merchandise. You're calling your old lady if she's at the house or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then before you know it, boom, it's 6 o'clock. Now it's time for you to go to the show, check out the club, make sure everything looks good, make sure the sound check, this, that, and the third. Then you go do the 7 o'clock show, the 10 o'clock show. And then some clubs, there's the midnight show. If you could see the amount of Red Bull and Monster energy drinks in the trash cans in the green room of a comedy, you would be like, these unhealthy bastards. I mean, it'd be out of control. And then every comic got their vice. You got the ones that drink to stay awake. You got the ones that smoke to stay awake. You got the ones that do Red Bulls to stay awake. You got the ones that do push-ups to stay awake. You got the ones that actually take naps between shows. Now, I'm not privy to be that type of person. I'm too alert for that. And, that ain't my thing. So then factor in, you got to drive back home. That's even if you're local. You still got to drive. After all that stuff you did this morning, you still got to drive home.
Yeah.
You ain't thinking about putting up 40. You're finna put up 10 or 0.
So you mentioned a couple of times that you're almost 40.
Yes.
I too am almost 40.
Correct.
How has your sexuality changed over time?
I'm really comfortable being with one person now. I feel like before her, it was more of a battle. I struggled with it, especially in my 20s. And sorry to all those women. I just let's just backstory. My dad has about 16 kids. All right. He was a truck driver. So I think that DNA was passed down to me. And I think it took me a while to shake it off. After my first heartbreak, I had my first heartbreak was my high school sweetheart, broke up in college. Now I was just like, I ain't got time to be letting my heart be suffering like this. I can just date how I want to date and just do it like that. And that's how I felt. And I felt like that, but I took it into relationships, which was wrong on my part. But it's like, I knew that one day I had to settle down, but I still wanted variety. You know what I mean? But then I think, like, I guess in my 30s, I started being like, man, I can't do this shit all over town. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just can't. You start bumping into people. You start bumping into folks. You start seeing them at your shows. You see them when you go out to the bar. You see them in Walmart. Why are you on a date? Like, it's out of control.
Right.
So, I think I've changed in that regard. Like, I'm really comfortable in having my one partner and just make sure that we put up 40 to 50 points every time we can. You know what I'm saying? And I think maybe my 20s, I used to like to double and triple it up. I'm not like that no more. I'm gonna give you one amazing long round, and then I'm about to go to sleep.
Night. It's time to go night.
That's it. Yeah, so that's my difference. Whereas I wanted a bunch of like maybe 3 20-minute rounds back to back or whatever, 30 minutes, whatever. Now if I give you 45 to an hour, that's it. That's
good though. 45 minutes to an hour at close to 40. To be honest with you, that's good numbers.
You know what's funny? I've learned when I talk to a lot of women in my circle, they don't really want but like 30, 40 minutes now.
Because people are trying to go to bed.
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah. Who has that? Who has that in them? I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Granted, sex is one of my most favorite things in the whole wide world.
Really?
But even T.Graye don't want to do it all night. Like, I'm good for that first one. Let me get like a 20-minute nap, and then we can get some more. But you not fit to gas station pill me and just be killing me 3 and 4 hours, 4 and 5 nuts until you nutting air. I've seen that. I've seen a nigga nut air.
Is niggas really taking gas station pills?
Yes, they are.
Hold up. Wait, stop. I'm sorry. Pick me.
Right.
You seen a nigga go in his pocket and open up a gas station pill. You've seen that. Your eyes. Because you know what? Until about a month ago, I thought those were just for decoration. I didn't think people really bought them.
Not only have I seen it, so one, I've had the experience, of the man who took the gas station pills and about killed me because he wanted 4 and 5 nuts. No. But so just in passing, going to the gas station myself or other stuff, it's been men in line buying the pills. And I get into conversation. I ask a lot of questions. I'm like, yo, does that really work? Like, how often do you take? Like, and bros will tell you, they will break it down. Oh, yeah, well, I go all night. It's like this. If they will break it down and they tell you what works, what doesn't work, the stuff that they've tried because they on high blood pressure medicine. So the Viagra, the Cialis doesn't work. So they go to the gas station or they go to the Asian man and get something else, and it works for them. But here's the thing, it might work for them, but it might not necessarily work for the woman, because like you said, some women, especially let's just say 35 plus,
Right.
We don't necessarily want to be all night long. We don't have a gas station pill. There are things on the market medically that can increase
Right.
our libido, but as far as increasing our stamina, keeping our coochie wet, stuff, we don't have that. We don't have no fuck all night pill. So you want to bring me this long hard dick that really you couldn't even really handle because your dick ain't never been like that for real, and you want to come and put this work in on me? No, like I'm tired after two.
Yeah.
Like I said, you get your one, I'm gonna take me a 20-minute nap, you can have another. But to just keep going and going and going, and what do you do once the woman bottoms out? Now that's real talk.
Right.
That's real talk. I hope all you old
If your
niggas
girl
is
tap out is
listening.
over. If your girl
Yes,
hit you on that shoulder like
because
this right here.
if I don't have anything left, it's
Right.
no longer pleasurable. And don't get me wrong, you could have a woman that got that wop. You could have a woman who, you know, has the multi, or you're able to bring her to multi orgasms, or you could have the woman who's a squirter, whatever the case may be. Guess what, guys? All women bottom the fuck out. At some point, that faucet stops running. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. At some point, a lady can't come no more. That's just the truth. So
Facts.
then, if you're still ready and you still want to go and you hopped up on the red and blue pill,
Mm.
what is the expectation for the woman? Like, it's uncomfortable. You can't just keep banging it out. Like,
I didn't realize it was that common that I've never seen a guy. I literally just heard this guy I was shooting film with
mhm.
a couple of weeks ago said that he takes gas station pills. I'm like, what? I thought they were like props, like,
No.
maybe old men bought them, or I was like, I wouldn't dare buy something that goes in my bloodstream from the cash register at a gas station.
Oh, yeah. And so, do you know Angus Black?
Angus, no, not right offhand.
Okay, so Angus Black is another comedian. He used to open for Dick Gregory. Been in the game
Okay.
20 years, not 20 years, but he's been in the game for a long time. So I mean, he's a vet in his own right. So he was on, and that's part of what he left with. Like, fellas, he was giving a game on which pill to go buy and how it works. And he's a young dude, you know what I mean, in his early 30s. So I'm lying, he ain't young. We all about the same age.
Okay.
So my thing is, for the dudes who are young, I consider 40 and less young, 45 less, like that's young still.
Right.
So to me, I feel like you should never have no issue really getting it at. You know what I mean?
Right.
Essentially, that's the age where, things are still working. So then if you're already a guy who functions normally and then you still go get that pill,
That shit gonna explode.
like, I just,
That shit gonna start bleeding out the front. I can't believe niggas are taking
yeah.
that. I wouldn't
I
dare.
wish Angus was on here right now. I almost want to call me like, hey, hop on here because I need to get the science behind this. I need the mathematics. I need it to add up.
Yeah, I'm not that risky to have to. And like I said, the amount of time I last now is perfect for me and my partner. But like, it's like, because we both usually go to sleep. Usually it puts her to sleep because I have good stamina. But
Okay, cool.
like, I would want to add something to that to make it worse, because like I tell her, sometimes she'll like take a little nap, then she'll wake up and feel like, oh, I can go one more time. I like, listen, I'm the type that second round is gonna be even longer than the first round because I'm gonna be numb. And that's really pleasurable for either one of us, no matter how much you think you want this. Because, like you said, that's when the air gonna come out. I'm gonna be empty because I'm loaded on the first round. So I'm not. I told her I'm not doing that to either one of us. But when we first started dating, she thought it was bullshit. So she's like, nah, I'm gonna get it because my blood flows pretty quickly. And she's like, nah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it. I'm like, all right. And she jumped her ass up there, and 10 minutes went by, 20 went by, 30 went by, 40 went by. Next thing you know, it went from 2 o'clock to 3 something, 3 going to close to 4. And she was like, hey, done. I said, now, do I have to explain this to you ever again? And she was like, no, I get it. And boom, there's a communication. I had to show my receipts.
Listen, us as women, we always got to try our hand We have
Everybody say they
to.
different. I'm like,
We
I know
have
I'm
to.
very in tune.
Because I'm
I
gonna
know
tell you what, it's the same way men approach sex a lot of times with their ego first.
right.
Women are very much like that. And even though a lot of times we will not admit it, our egos are on the line in that bedroom. And if we can't make you come that second time, if we get that thing started and we don't finish the job, like for real, it's like it's a crush to our egos for real.
You're gonna tap both of us out. You're gonna tap both of us out. You feel me? But you know, I'm gonna tell you this to add to your show, man. You know, I see a lot with women too. You know, I do a podcast, so you know, I talk about all types of different topics or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women, if they date a guy that didn't get them where they wanted to be, like let's say they date a guy in 2000, let's say 19, and then that relationship didn't work out. He never really fulfilled them the way they wanted to, but then they get with a new guy in 2020 who does fulfill the stuff that they like. They try to make up for the lost time with the last guy that didn't meet expectations.
Right.
Then they come like trying to catch up with that time. Like, hey, you can't make up for a year of your sex life with me. Let's go at a regular pace.
Yeah, most definitely.
It happens.
So, so we're going to switch gears, you guys, for just a moment. We are here on Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. We're having a good time. I got Rod Minger in the building, comedian, actor, titty popper. He in
Man,
here,
here we
you
go.
guys. we're laughing, we're learning, we're having a good time. It is Tantalize Me Tuesday. So, in sticking to our theme,
Okay.
I don't know how long you and your lady have been together, but I'm going to assume that she's been around long enough to kind of really, really know you well.
Right.
If you ever wanted her to tantalize you, what do you want her to do? What do you want her game plan to be to kind of take you to your next level?
Oh man, I don't know, because she's kind of a freak. Let's see.
She wasn't a virgin when you met her, was she?
No, not at all. I wouldn't.
Look, trying to gauge what kind of freak she is.
Listen, I wouldn't dare. I don't know. Some dudes be so insecure, like I don't want my girl to be with nobody before me. Get out here and drive that goddamn car around and test that box out, and then let me see what's up. I don't want to be training nobody. I want you to come ready. I don't know, man. I'm into like I don't know. I'm so wishy-washy. You know what I mean? So one day I want to role play, right? And then one day I want to get straight to it. But I love spontaneous sex, which is weird. I like it where it came out of nowhere. Like you in there watching dishes, and I'm in here, like, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, it kicks off. And which is weird. I have this weird thing that I love more than anything. I love to have a successful argument. Have an argument that gets heated, and then y'all come up with a solution. Boom! That's my moment right there. I don't know why. I don't know why that's my shit. I don't know why, but it always has been. There's an argument, and then like there's a solution, and right there, that's my shit right there. Listen. And she knows it. I love a successful argument. Like, man, it's the best. Like,
that's hilarious.
We got through that shit. Let's do it.
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna drop 60 that night. Like that night right there, I'm about to drop 60. Because think about it. Every argument, you almost out of there. Let's be realistic. Your argument goes left or right. That shit can end y'all or continue y'all. It's only gonna do one or the other. There's no in the middle. But boy, if it continues y'all, and you get to that bedroom or wherever the hell y'all end up, y'all both gonna drop 60.
That is the first time I've ever heard that, you guys, having a successful argument. A lot of people dig the bad arguments. A lot of people like that breakup sex. It's the best thing to them once they've had that, that heated argument, and then they're at that heightened level of passion, and then they just go at it. But definitely, being spontaneous is right up there, you guys, because you have to be able to keep things fresh. And spontaneity is probably one of the biggest pieces to that puzzle. You don't want everything to be scheduled.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong,
Yes.
I understand depending on the relationship dynamic, sometimes you have to operate in that way.
Correct.
But when you find the time and the opportunities to be spontaneous with your partner, and it doesn't always have to be full on sex, it could be just what you do building up to it. It could be that unexpected butt grab or, slap on the ass. It could be that unexpected little kiss on the neck when I pass you. Like, oh, where that come? You could be in the grocery store and just, I still like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that build up, even in being spontaneous with your actions and how you show affection and how you choose to be intimate with your partner, it's very, very important.
Very.
It's very, very
That,
important.
you don't realize foreplay could be all day.
Yes.
The text, what kind of pictures you send, what the kind of, innuendos you put out there, whatever you want to do. I mean, it starts all day. But see, I think, people get so comfortable, especially when they start living together. They think, I'm going to just roll over and touch her. I'm going to roll over and touch him. And that becomes very, very lame and boring and predictable. But boy, like come home early one day and they taking a fresh shower after work or whatever, and just don't jump your ass in there too. Get something like that going. You know what I mean? Or just be watching some TV and then you go to the back and come back butt ass naked and get it started right here in front of whatever show y'all. So I tell you, hit the pause button. Or be on the patio. If y'all fire up a little weed, if y'all have a little champagne or whatever, you on that patio. Do it outside. Let somebody walk.
Fire that weed up.
Let somebody walk by and catch you on the patio.
It in my mind and made me choke.
Damn. That's that LA type right there. You saw it choking like you had really took a puff. Okay, excuse me.
And I'm all the way in DC, so yeah.
I got a sister in DC. She live in PG County.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Look, so we say DC, and we be in Maryland for real.
Oh yeah, all day, all up in Maryland.
So I'm from PG County, actually.
Okay.
But I live in Charles. Are you familiar with Maryland?
Not a lot. I just know about PG County. I've only been there, DC. That's it. I did the tour in somebody car like, oh, this is this and that is that. But I haven't just hung in the DMV like that. I've been through. I done passed around shit. I did the monuments and I went on a very terrible date up there. But that's for another segment. Go ahead.
So I can believe that. This is just a terrible dating scene.
She was awful. She talked. I mean, man, let's say we was on a date for 3 hours. She talked 2 hours and 42 minutes of it.
Really?
It wasn't a lot of back and forth. It wasn't a lot of back and forth.
She didn't ask you nothing about yourself?
Not a lot. She was just a talker.
She forget you.
She was older than me. That was my first oldest. I think she was like 12 years older than me, and which seemed like a lot because I was still in my 20s when she was in her 30s. And we went out right after, when was it? Was it right after Obama got elected the first time? Yes. That's exactly what it was. And man, she took me around the monuments and talk. And it's a popular hot dog place there. Give me a name. It's a hot dog place that they say you have to go there if you're in DC.
Ben's Chili Bowl?
Yes. She took me there. And talk. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then she took me to this really, really, really expensive bar. She was well off. She was I think she was a nurse or a doctor. I can't remember. So she didn't care. But I mean, the drinks were like $30 each. I'm like, yo, I don't ball out like that. Relax. And then she got mad about that. Then she talk. See, y'all niggas don't be having the right jobs. Y'all don't want to pay $30. I said, we can buy this same bottle for $40 and be at the house. Relax. Yeah. So yeah, that was my DC date.
That dynamic, being the younger dude with the older woman.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that let me think of the best way to ask this question.
Just spit it out. Peel the Band-Aid off.
I mean, you don't think that shit is sick sometimes? Like I feel like sometimes that dynamic just don't work. I feel like when it comes to older dude, younger woman, it just makes more sense. I feel like the conversations are different, whatever. But when it comes to younger dude, older chick, I feel like the dynamic be off. Now it might pop off in the bedroom, but I feel like the conversation and the right care and attention, like I just feel like it don't match. I don't know. Like, did you ever try to experience that dynamic again after her?
I mean, I've kicked with a couple of girls that were older. Now, I haven't had any girlfriends that were older than me. I mean, and if they were, it was like a year or some months or something
No, like. I'm talking like that. I'm talking like 8 to 10 years. like a gap, 8 to 12. What do you know? Whatever the case may be.
I got some weird gaps on my sex resume. I got let's see. When I was 30, I slept with a girl that was 51. When I was 24, I slept with a girl that was 37. So yeah, I've had some gaps, but I didn't
So
date any of them.
in meeting those women and then trying to pursue them sexually, like, was it only about the sex? Was that the main goal, or did you really dig them for real, or was it just, you know what, let me see how I can hit this?
Ooh. Well, the 51-year-old was first night action. So I didn't have time to have any process because I was just it was just a random night. I met her at this bar. She didn't look 50 at all. She was one of these new age 50-year-olds. She was 50 but looked 35, 36. I mean, amazing body, beautiful, so in. I mean, she was really pretty lady. And we was at the bar and we just talking shit. And then she was like, she kept calling me little boy. And I was like, why do you keep calling me little boy? She's like, because you're a little boy, you young. How old are you? I was like, I'm 30. I think I was 30, 31. I was like 31 or whatever. And she was like, yeah, you a baby. How old are you? What, 40? You know, blah, 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 blah. You know, thinking like, girl, that ain't nothing. She's like, I'm 51. I just turned 51 a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, right. And she reaches in her purse and takes out her license and shows it to me. I'm like, wow. So then from there, we started flirting. I'm like, damn, I can't believe you that old. She's like, yeah, I got a daughter that's 29. I'm like, damn, your daughter's like 2 years younger than me. This is crazy. So I'm thinking she's going to throw me an alley hoop for her daughter. She's like, yo, what you doing after this? You know what I mean? I was like, I said, I'm probably going to go home. She's like, oh, see, that's some baby shit. You ain't grown. You know, she was roasting my ass. Like, you just a little child. You a little confused. Like, you want me to give you some milk? Like, she was really trying to roast my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn.
She was going to chump you into the day.
Right. Like, I'm like, damn, why is she attacking me so hard? I was like, well, I was just going to go home. So I know this other spot, the bartender better than the one here. I'm like, I bet. So we go and they had like, it was some kind of special event going on at this restaurant, but I'm not a shot taker anymore. In my 20s, maybe, but now that ain't my shit. But we in this bitch just chomping them back. Pop, 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 pop. And man, I don't know, the room started spinning and my eyes got like this. And she's like, oh, I am too drunk to drive home. Where you stay? I said, I actually stay not too far from me. I stay right up the way. And man, she's like, well, I'm finna follow you. I'm like, oh, this heifer was been baiting me all night. She wanted some dumping. And she came on and as you know, knocked it out. But I was just like, you know, I knew in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna date a 51-year-old. She was too old. You know, she was 20 years older than me at the time. So I was just like, So I didn't like that. But the girl that went out in DC, if she had talked so much, if she had been cool, I could have dealt with 10, 11 years. I could have survived that. And she's still single to this day. She follows me on social media. She likes a lot of stuff in comments. And I'd be like, wow, man. And she's really pretty. But she's crazy. And she talks too much.
She just needs to meet somebody who is a good listener.
Yes.
And or deaf.
That part. Because she just never stops. Not only does she talk all the time, she thinks she's always correct. And I think that made it even worse.
Oh.
Yeah, worse. She was one of those.
I hope she wasn't a Sagittarius.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember her birthday.
Because we have the tendency.
Y'all always correct?
Yeah, man. I ain't never wrong. Okay.
I mean, but you know how to chill out with your dude. You know how to tell your dude, like, all right, babe, okay. No.
One of my best guy friends told me the other day that I will paint myself into a corner and then levitate out of it. Like, that's how not wrong.
I'll
be wrong as shit and just
ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, I can tell you get the house getting lit. You get the house fussing and screaming. Oh, I can see it right now. You don't be making no sense. That's why you got so many notes on your background back there. You got to write the note like, girl, don't cuss his ass out today. This background
is for the people. Okay, this is something so visually. The one clean space in the house. Visually.
Yeah, we'll just take that. We'll take that. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yes. After affirmations over here, you know what I mean?
All your affirmations. Don't cut them out, girl. Don't cut them out, girl. Shut him up and get him in the bed. Shut him up.
If only that worked. If only it were that simple.
Oh no, it's definitely not that simple ever. I tell people, man. I posted this the other day. I said everybody's out here, you know, women getting their bodies done, dudes getting beards painted on and hair painted on their head, Everybody doing all this stuff to look more attractive, to attract somebody new, to have sex with as much as they can, or have sex real quick, right? I said, man, the goal in life is not to find the person you can have sex with over and over and over. Your ass need to find somebody you can watch fucking TV with. Period. And I need you to take that however you took it. It ain't about the sex. You need somebody you can sit your ass on this couch and watch fucking TV, because one of y'all gonna shut the fuck down.
Listen, I've been in that situation before, and I will never forget this guy saying this to me. We had gotten a room, but like we had went out on a date, and you know, in the room, we chilling. We're watching basketball on the bed, eating annihilators. Just eating annihilators. Just chilling. And he was like, man, I don't even think you know how sexy this is. I ain't pleased. Okay. Okay. You bring the 5 stick, I'll bring the annihilators, no problem.
That's it, man. That's it.
I think that sometimes people miss that point. That and maybe it is an age thing.
Yes.
But I think that sometimes maybe people miss that point. As much as I talk about sex, the level of importance of it in my life, or the hierarchy of it, definitely changes as I've gotten older.
Correct.
It's definitely changed post-pandemic.
The pandemic affected your sex life?
Yes. It did affect my sex life. It did. But it affected maybe more so from my perspective and how I want to operate with my sex life.
Enlighten me with this more.
Do tell. Okay. So just with it, the level of importance and having more substance in the person as opposed to the act. Sex for me has always been extremely important. Like, I've been the type of person where you could have everything amazing about you,
right?
But if the sex wasn't good, like, nah, I can't really stay too long. I gotta jump ship because I have this desire and this passion in me that has to be satisfied. I have an insatiable appetite, gotta be fed. So I'm not like that anymore.
Right.
Not to say that I don't still have the appetite or I don't still want to have sex. I do, but I would rather have those, let's just lay on this bed and eat these annihilators moment. You know what I mean? And the sex can be on the back burner a little bit.
That's the key. That's the key to riding into the sunset. I'm glad to hear somebody else say that, because I've never said that out loud. It just hit me like, I don't know. I mean, I've always known that ultimately, but like, you know, heading into, I'm getting married next year.
Yeah,
but
congratulations.
Thank you. But heading into that, I'm just like, I've seen me and her going out to a comedy show, and I got off stage, and there was an after party. Mm-hmm. Everybody was up dancing. I seen girls dressed in their best dresses, titties pushed up, big booties. And me and my girl are people watchers, so this ain't no big deal. You know, we watching people, and it's like, you know, like people want to do this all the time, but ultimately everybody here wants to. They think all they need is sex with somebody consistently. Mm-hmm. And I remember us looking at each other. I was like, man, I ain't gonna hold you. I said, I really could go home and watch fucking WandaVision. And she was like, shit. I was just thinking the same thing. Got our ass up, left, jumped in the car, left this free food, free drinks, left this party, and brought our ass home, got in our pajamas, and cut on WandaVision. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, that really is the key. Now, we have lots of sex. You know, we get our numbers. We're 3 to 4 times a week couple. But
okay, kudos to that. Kudos to that.
Yeah. But it have its moments where, you know, sometimes we might cut down to 2 because we was either tired or watching TV. But I was just like, damn. And I don't say that. And when I say TV, I mean a metaphor. I mean, if reading is y'all thing, or if sitting on the patio smoking weed is y'all thing, or, you know, walking in the park is y'all thing. Those are the things that are going to take you the distance.
Yeah.
The sex is a small part. We can go ahead and have sex with anybody. That's websites now. You can swipe left, swipe right to see if somebody wants to fuck. And you can do that. Or you can pay for it. Or, you know, you can call your old cuddy buddy. But it gets something consistently. Like, you can sit on this couch and chill the fuck out, like you said, and have those damn annihilators.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So you guys, this is what old sex seemed like, y'all. This 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 is what it is. This
What
is
it
what
is,
it
man.
is.
Enjoy them 20s while you can.
And
When you're trying to have sex 15 times a day, that's just gonna stop.
yeah, but just keep in mind as you make these changes and as you do become older and things become more clear to you, um, your perspective is going to change on everything, including sex.
Correct.
Just don't stop fucking. Just just take that piece with you. Just don't. I'm about to put that shit on a shirt. Just don't stop
You got to do
fucking.
it now. Don't get it
It's
twisted.
okay to grow. It's okay to evolve. It's okay for things to be, your intimacy to be more in those moments that matter as opposed to a sexual act. But just
Yeah.
don't let it go weeks and months and you
Oh,
don't still bang it out. Like, I still need to know that it works. I still need to make sure my girl will do her thing.
mm.
Yeah, still get it. The level of importance of it, though, it definitely does take a back seat. It definitely does as you get
Yeah,
older. It
yeah,
definitely
you're
does
right. You
take a
got to
back
tap
seat.
in and make sure the box on.
Yeah.
Hello,
No,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Because
And
intimacy
fellas,
with your
don't
partner,
be buying them damn gas station pills. You're gonna kill yourself. Okay.
hey guys, because intimacy with your partner, when people hear that word, a lot of times the notion is sex, but intimacy is not just sex.
Mental.
Yeah, most definitely.
Just knowing.
Intimacy can be the conversation. Intimacy can be at that moment sharing that same idea that everybody is on the WandaVision page. Like, that's an intimate moment to even in that. And then to be able to come home to be with who you want to be with and to share, those are intimate things.
Right.
So don't ever overlook that piece, you guys. And then if you are on that wavelength, if you are in that space with your partner, it is always exciting to still tantalize your partner.
Oh yeah.
It is always exciting to still tease your partner, still let your partner know that you desire them, that you want them, that after this one division go off, I'm still gonna bust it open for you, boo.
You
You
ain't
know
gonna
what I
be
mean?
man, wide open.
Yes. It's important to still put into. You don't want, and I talk about this, I say this, I feel like I've been saying this every week for the past little while. You don't want your sex life to become mundane. You
Ooh.
don't want it to be scripted. You don't want it to be scheduled. You want to take those words out of your vocabulary if you're ever talking about your sex life.
I got
Definitely want to throw in the spontaneity word.
you.
Definitely want to throw in the tantalizing word. You want it to be fun. You want it to be engaging. You want to be able to still bring something new to the bedroom. If you ever get to a point where you're not bringing something new to the bedroom, then you have to understand now you've gotten stale. And there's going to be a lot of people going to say, well, I've been fucking and I've been doing this for years and I ain't nothing else new. If you have that mindset that there's nothing else new to learn, you're not only hindering your partner from sexual growth, but you're hindering yourself from sexual growth. So, 2021, learn some new shit.
Man, you gotta figure it out.
Learn how to tease your partner in a way that takes them to a new level. Everybody ain't feathers and cups, okay?
Right.
So the boy say he not, but if somebody else is,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, everybody got
yeah,
their different, man.
definitely bring something different. You know what I mean? Don't ever get to a point where you feel like you've done it all. Come
And
on, church finger. Come on.
ask questions.
Yes.
I tell people nobody asks questions no more. They just assume they know what their partner want and assume that's what they like. Oh, we've been doing like this for this many months, but people change. People change monthly.
Yes.
Like 1 month you might want to have this position, 1 month you might want to have a different position. 1 month this turns you on, 1 month it don't. But nobody asks questions, especially in our community. Don't nobody ask questions. We just assume. I mean, you have the shows. I mean, you get on here and they be like, "Oh, my husband haven't done this in this many months," or "My wife haven't done this in this many months." And when people talk to me like that, especially on the podcast, I'm like, "Well, did you tell her?
Right.
Or did you ask? Or
Then
did
there's
you listen?"
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, "Wait, they're gonna feel it, but they're gonna feel like this." I like, "Well, you're assuming how they're gonna feel, and that's the
Right.
you can't assume." And I think people gotta be stop being scared to talk about, have those tough conversations. Let something be uncomfortable for this moment to make you have a lot more better, some more better moments later on. You know what I'm saying? Like something later, it's gonna help you later on. It's gonna suck right now if you're like, "Hey, you know what? That little thing you do with your tongue, I don't really like that." But when you do this, I freaking love that.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you do this with your finger, I don't like that right there. But when you do it like this, I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hey, babe, what would you like to do to spice the bedroom up a little bit? How would you like to do a little change? Is it something you feel like I could do different? Is something I can wear different? Is it a way you like me to talk to you? Is there a role play that you want to do? Do you want to watch videos? Like, just like ask questions.
Yeah.
But nobody talk. Everybody just assume. I've been doing it this long, so I got it. Nikki, you better ask something.
And that's a crazy mindset to have, you guys, especially going into the bedroom.
Yep.
So this is one thing we aim to change on this show. Okay, we're
Sure.
going to have some of these uncomfortable conversations, and we're going to do it with some of the funniest comedians in the country. So, we're going to have fun with it, you guys. Definitely going to come here and learn something.
Oh,
So, Rod, Mr. Who Gonna Stop Me? Mr. I need one of these hilarious t-shirts because I feel like you've made me say you're hilarious at least 10 times in this past hour. Like, the shirt is not a lie. You guys better get this man's merch. Go on his website, www.rodminker.com. Check out and see what he's doing. See that this man's been acting. He's been doing comedy. He got some dope merch. Better send me something. But
don't do that, man. Come on.
No, I'm a supporter. I definitely am a supporter, and I definitely support all my Sex Talk with T.Graye, all my Love Below vets, all my Corona Chronicle vets. They already know. I definitely pour into
I appreciate
you
it, man.
guys because I appreciate you guys coming onto my platform. So I guess I get me a mug or something, no sweatshirt or something.
Oh man, going on there. You got it big time. All the big time paintings in the background, whatever. I see you over there.
Listen, don't worry about my TJ Maxx Marshall's wall. Okay.
The funny thing is, I am very shocked at how great this conversation was because I thought you was gonna like drill me with a bunch of random questions. I was like, oh snap, what's she gonna ask?
Wow.
That's what people do when they bring you on to talk about sex. Like, how'd you do this? Have you ever done this? Has this happened? I'm like, damn.
So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to fuck with you. So you've had a few days to look at previous episodes to kind of get a fair understanding of what and how.
I haven't had a moment to sit down.
Let me tell you when you had a moment. You took a shit. Did you take a shit? Took a shit today?
I was gonna be. You can't guarantee that I take my phone in there, ma'am. So there we go.
Sir, what person don't take their phone to go take their 20 to 30-minute shit?
Sometimes you don't need your phone. If you're in there, you might be playing Bejeweled. You might be playing, Disney emojis.
Well, I'm glad you had a good experience. Welcome.
Thank you.
I popped your sex talk show cherry.
I don't know. I've been asked a couple, but this is my first full situation.
So go on, tell your fiance another woman just popped my cherry, babe.
Oh. No, I'm not going to explain it like that. That's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I guess what? I got my cherry popped tonight. What the hell are you talking about?
Exactly.
Not that. The internet one.
But let all my audience know what you have going on, where they can find you, where they can follow you, and what you have coming up.
Yes. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me at rod.minger. That's ROD. Minger. Minger is spelled like finger with an M. If you can't spell finger, just go and log off. Also, I have a couple of events coming up. So this weekend I host at Uptown Comedy Corner Friday night only. And then I'm hosting a wedding Saturday, which I can't invite you to that. But I am hosting a lovers brunch on Sunday, along with Divine from Ready to Love, the TV show, Byron Jamal, the Love Guru. And
I love him. He's been on my show.
And Sydney B. So we're all going to host this lovers brunch 11 to 3 o'clock at what's it called? Low Country Steak, the restaurant, right downtown. So if y'all want to come to that, that'd be awesome. And then next Sunday,
this is all in Atlanta, you guys.
That's in Atlanta.
This is all in Atlanta, you guys.
Right. And then the next week, I'm doing a show with Benny and Friends, where it's gonna be me, this guy named Benny out of Vegas, and Fabo. So we're doing a comedy show together. So Fabo, we got to and do his thing, and I got a couple things coming up, man. Just follow me on Instagram. I post everything. I have videos that come out 2-3 times a week on YouTube. Yeah. And let's keep rocking, man. Let's keep rocking and rolling.
Yeah, most definitely. So you guys make sure you check out my guest on Instagram at Rod Minger. You will not be let down. He is super, super funny. Make
You
sure
ain't been
you
watching my
check
stuff.
out.
You've been watching my stuff.
First off, I was watching Hood House Hunter today. Okay. Since you want to talk about what I'm doing, I do my research. I check on my people.
Oh damn, bust my bubble. Okay,
Okay.
excuse me.
I go get my laughs and I'll be sharing your stuff talking about
I
stuff.
appreciate it, Bo. Appreciate that, folks.
Yeah, Kim folks. Okay. So you guys, I will see you all next week. Um, T.Graye tries to make sure I get y'all fair mix to everybody. I got comedian Bexy Cox next week. She's a part of the Funny Don't Stop show with Alex Thomas. So you guys make sure you tune in. DC Urban's going to be sitting in the hot seat as my co-host. So that's going to be kind of fun, you guys. Gonna have a lot of fun next week. So you all make sure that you are right here, checking me out live. Make sure that if you need some sex advice, if you want to get my merch, if you want to see what I got going on, www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. And you better be following me. If you ain't following me, I don't know who the fuck you following. At the love below _ sex talk with T Graye. I will see you all next week. Bye bye.